Because if I did blame other people, I believe that would put me in like a victim's mentality. And I don't want to feel like I don't have power over my circumstances. So no, I don't blame anybody else. That I'm actually glad that I wasn't spoon-fed a bunch of information, because I'd probably be super like comfortable. I wouldn't want to reach for higher. I wouldn't be as ambitious as I am. So no, I don't blame anyone else.
I like that. Welcome back, everybody, to another exciting show, the About That Water podcast, where I have a wonderful guest that I've met from FinCon, and we had a wonderful time there, great conversations, and I really wanted her to share her story on the show. She is 24 years old and had recently graduated with her biomedical science degree. In October 2021, while still in grad school, she actually decided to not go to medical school and is a full-time money coach. So now she actually focuses on helping post-grads pay off debt, save more, and invest in stock market. How are you doing today, Paige?
Hey, Anthony. Thank you for that warm introduction. I'm so excited to be here and to share my story a little and to hopefully inspire others. But thank you.
You're welcome. So how has things been since FinCon?
Things have been pretty good. So not gonna lie, after FinCon was so much fun. It was so much energy. So I had to take just like a week-long break to, relax, get everything together. Since I made it a week-long trip, also visiting family. But things have been really well. I've been implementing a lot of information that I've learned and, been networking with so many awesome people like you. I met you there. So
yeah. So what was your biggest takeaway from FinCon and one thing that you did not like about it?
Okay, good question. So my biggest takeaway from FinCon is that there is so much opportunity in just meeting other like-minded people, Like I've never been in such a big space with so many other financial content creators. Because honestly, I had no one when I first started being a money coach. There was no one around me who spoke the same language. I only saw people through like YouTube. And so seeing like the people who inspire me there, I was like, this is where I belong. So it just felt like a sense of just companionship and belong. Like I felt like I fit in somewhere, So that was my biggest takeaway. And then what I didn't like, is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's like a hard question. What did I not like? I can't because it was my first time and I was like blown away. Maybe how long the days were. I mean, maybe like shorten the days a little because it was like from 9 a.m. to like sometimes like 9 p.m. because people they would want to go out and stuff and I gotta go back, guys. You gotta rest.
No, I actually enjoyed the long weekends and the people that hung around. That's when I made most of the connections, was during those breakout moments.
Yes.
And for me, I did not like when they had all the content creation shoved into that one day, which was like Saturday. And it was like no room to really like hop into those other areas to help you out with your content and everything like that.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, that was a lot. It was really jam-packed in one day. So
yeah. But we're here to talk about you and your business. So you have Millennium Money Matters. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah.
And how, as a money coach, what was that journey?
Yeah, so my coaching program I created from scratch. It's called Millennium Money Masters program. And what I started that program out of a sense of just wanting to help to be to somebody what I never had. So when I started my whole like financial independence journey at the age like what 18 months ago. So I was 22.
Oh,
I was just so desperate to get my money right. Like I was in debt, I was in credit card debt. I didn't even understand how that worked. I did not understand how interest rates worked. Did not have like a good healthy savings. Didn't even know how to invest or what investing was. And so once I was like, what am I doing with my life? I just put up looked up what is the best money book to read to teach me. So I read that, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and then I just started implementing everything. And so it took me around 8 months to finally get my financial crap in order. But I didn't have guidance. I literally had to teach myself. So I was like, I want to create something. I want to create a comprehensive coaching program that is relatable. That people, they can just get it and they don't have to be confused, searching the internet for all the answers on paying debt, saving, investing, and something that makes money fun and attractive. Because I feel like a lot of people in school, when we think about personal finance, it's kind of like boring, like mundane. Because I
mm,
know that's what I thought when I was like in high school, college. But actually, this is the stuff that sets you free. Honestly, finances, it can either be a stress, it can be a stress in your life, or it can be freedom in your life. So that's what I've been able to experience. And I wanted to just create a comprehensive fun coaching program that helps other people my age. So
so how do you actually make it fun? Because for me,
yeah.
I go live and
Yeah.
week and every Wednesday we actually have a drink session. So I start giving out some information, talk about some stats and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then in a half hour in, we just having a drink session. And then we
Oh,
just kind of partying it out and having some really deep conversations about the mindset and everything like that.
yeah.
So how do you, as a money coach, provide this type of excitement around money?
Yeah, so one thing I do to make it fun is on my social media, I make a bunch of reels and it's a lot of fun reels, like very relatable, dancing reels, just talking reels, whatever. So people like I talk about iced coffee a lot, you
Yes.
know,
Yeah.
because I know a lot of people love coffee, especially iced coffee. And so I tell people, like, hey, you shouldn't feel bad with, buying a cup of coffee, iced coffee. If you are, saving, investing some money, then you should have a category for guilt free spending. And if that includes iced coffee, then go for it. So just explaining relatable stuff and like our Gen Z terms that makes it fun. Okay.
Okay.
And I also I have a Facebook group and we all are like we celebrate money wins, like something as small as saving $10 a week. I'm like, yeah, keep it up, you go girl. So stuff like that, that's how I make it fun.
Nice. And
Mhm.
sometimes, because I was just recently talking about the some of the good money habits. What are some good money habits that you've seen? Some of your, well, not say good money habits. How about some of these toxic money habits that you
Mhm.
came across that your clients, that you've seen some of your clients start off with?
Yeah, so that's a good question. Some toxic money habits are, I feel like everyone's maybe struggled with this maybe once in their life, but impulse buying. What's the whole thing? I'm gonna go to Target, but instead of getting buying what I originally went there for, I'm gonna spend $200 because looks like I needed that, I wanted that. But and yeah, and then after a lot of people they feel guilty. They're like, oh my goodness, should I have gotten that? That's not. And so then it's like this whole cycle. And so I definitely help them with just being conscious of your spending. It's not like you have to cut everything back like a diet, but just know what your like what are your priorities and what are you spending towards. So
Right. So do you give them like a game plan or like a
yeah,
strategy guide or what
I
is that?
do.
Okay.
I give them a game plan based on their what's important to them and what they need to work on. So, personal finance is personal,
There you
as
go.
FinCon would say,
Mhm.
and it's not a one size fits all when it comes to your money. So I have at least like a 1 hour call with all my new clients, and I break down we take a deep dive in their finances, see how much they're getting, how much they're spending. And I'm like, okay, let's categorize everything so we can make a sustainable money plan for you. And that's what I do.
Okay. I
Hmm.
love that personal approach because to
Yes.
keep it I gotta say to keep it personal, but also something that's doable and repeatable.
Yes,
So what
exactly.
about those folks that can't stay on the regimen? Like how do you reel them back in?
Yeah, I just encourage it all boils down to self-discipline, right? Like if
Mhm.
you don't have discipline or consistency anywhere in life, then like that just boils down to any aspect in life. But what I do is I'm really big on accountability because I know that it's hard to do everything yourself, right? Like as long when you have somebody who's constantly pushing you, encouraging you, checking up on you, you don't want to disappoint that person, right?
Right.
So yeah, I just check in with them once in a while. I'm like, hey, how's everything going? You doing all right? And I make sure to give them deadlines as well, because when you have a deadline, you're gonna want to reach that.
Yeah, like most of us are procrastinators.
Oh yes, procrastinating. So true.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what is it that how did you get to where you are now though? Because you're already in college, you were diving into this. What made you make that shift?
Yeah. Okay. So I'll tell a little bit about my story. So basically, like all my life, ever since I was a child, I wanted to be a medical doctor, the first medical doctor in my family. So I went through undergrad, got my pre-med degree. Cool. Then I went to grad school, and that's like I didn't have to go to grad school, but I wanted to just to be more prepared for medical school. And I'm really glad I did because once I went to grad school, I was like, what is happening right now? I am so stressed,
Mm.
depressed. Do I really want to endure this misery for the next 4 years and not have a job until I'm 30? Because the whole doctor track, it's a long track,
Yeah.
you know? And that's why these people they're like and they're in a bunch of debt and everything. And so I just started. This was like the first time. It was winter of 2020, so not even 2 years ago. I started reassessing my life, like what do I want in life. And yeah, I'm a person of faith, so I really started praying and like asking God, like what am I supposed to do. And that's when I was just really in a dark place, and my eyes just opened to the fact that I was in, $3,000 of credit card debt on some Ulta credit card. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? And yeah, I got mad. I got kind of angry at myself. And I was like, why did I not know about money before? Like, I know my parents, they're middle class. They didn't really teach me about credit cards. School definitely didn't. So let me teach myself. But I took a more holistic approach and, you know, dove deeper and just to not, I paid off my debt in like 90 days while still in college with this part time job, making $800 a month. And
Okay.
I thought that was good for me.
Right.
And yeah, I did that. I started saving an emergency fund really aggressively, started investing in the stock and crypto market. And then, like, in the first 6 months, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm like feeling confident about myself. I don't have to ask my parents for money to support me anymore. And so, yeah, that's how I started, just from a place of confusion and questioning my whole life.
See, I like that because what does this say? I think the saying is that anger is the only emotion that
Mhm.
feeds change.
That is so true.
So, like, hey, you love your job or you love the coworkers and blah blah, but you're
Mm.
not going to change because you enjoy the people there.
Yes, you're
Most people,
comfortable.
yeah,
Comfortable.
yeah, and they don't want to move. And then, but yet, okay, this supervisor didn't promote you, or the supervisor, said something wrong. Okay, now I'm gonna quit. All of a sudden,
Mm,
now you want to quit when things look bleak on
that
you.
is so true.
It's sad.
Because, yeah, I'm sure if everything was smooth sailing, if I aced all my tests,
Mhm.
maybe I would want to stay on that track. But since I was failing a lot and I was like, wait, hold up, this is miserable. Then I was like, okay, let's reassess everything.
I
And
do have to say, we have to take a moment to look at your hair because I mean, you always had the edges all done and nice.
oh my,
But
not the
let's get it
edges,
with the
with the
top
edges.
knot. Okay, okay.
We love it. We love to see it. Thank you.
Like that's what that altar card gets you guys. If you guys are not watching this on video, please make sure you look at us on video. It'd be nice. Um,
I'm so done.
you good? So one of those things about like these adversities that we talked about, and we also talk about the finance. We haven't talked about this yet, but what is the financial traumas that you try to help some of your clients get over?
Yeah, so financial traumas I try to help some of my clients get over is scarcity mindset. You know, they have this money, they have a bunch of money saved up. Some people have thousands of dollars saved up, but they're just so scared to maybe invest it because we know about saving. Like, okay, it's good to save, but your money's not doing anything. If anything, it's kind of deteriorating with inflation, especially this year since inflation rose what 8 to 9%. But when you are investing, you know, just a little every month, it can, with the stock market, it returns around 10% a year. Your money is growing and keeping up with inflation. So I just help them overcome scarcity mindset and fear based mindsets as well, because I guess a lot of people when they grow up, they didn't have enough. And so they're scared to treat themselves like, you know, get yourself some iced coffee. I don't care. Maybe get your just set aside some
It's a
money every
fix.
month to treat yourself because I believe that, you know, you shouldn't live on rice and beans. Like you should be able to do something nice for yourself once in a while, even if it's buying yourself a candy bar. Like don't punish yourself because you think you have to save it all up. And so I just hope them approach money and life with a more like holistic mindset and to be kind to yourself, you know? Because I used to struggle with that. I used to be so mean to myself. And if I didn't do something right, I would withhold myself from certain things.
Like
I'm
what?
like, that's not like what?
Yeah.
Um, like not, I don't know, not what would I do? I wouldn't want to get a manicure. I would let my nails get really like unkept, like stuff like that, because that's what makes me happy. Or I just wouldn't sometimes I would just like instead of going grocery shopping or like getting eating out with friends, I would just stay home and just eat what was at home.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's kind of
Good.
a money good
No,
thing.
that is a good money thing, you know, but if you're doing that all the time and you
Sure.
feel like you can't spend anything on something, then so it's all about balance, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
balance.
Like you said, just keep it personal, finance personal. Like
Exactly,
that.
exactly.
So we're gonna move on over to the third segment, which is the features. Because you've been doing this for quite some time. And so understanding that finances is one of the key tools that we all should use and utilize to our fullest extent that we know how. What are the two things that you actually see for yourself?
To
Like
see
in the
for my
next, yeah, in the next 2 years. What does the future look like for you in the next 2 years?
oh, the future looks like I like that question, Anthony. So what does the future look like for me in terms of like my personal finances or my business or where I want to take my clients, which
Let's go with all three. Knock it out.
like my personal.
Your personal, and then also where you want to take your business.
Okay. Wow, that's a really good question. So in the next 2 years, so I'll be 26. So yeah, so in the next 2 years, I definitely would like to buy a home.
Hey.
That would be so, I want, because after college, I graduated in May, right? And then I moved back into my parents' house just to, save more money. This inflation is not it, sis. So sometimes, so I was like, the smart thing to do is, move back in with my parents and save some money so I can like venture out and buy a home. I honestly would love to get into the real estate game. I believe that most millionaires they're investing in real estate, and so that's what I believe where I see myself in the next 2 years is just to like dive into like just diversifying my assets for sure. Instead of just investing in stocks and crypto, let's invest in some real estate. Also, for my business, I want to expand it. I am on Instagram primarily. I want to start expanding it to TikTok because that's where it's at, right? TikTok. And I just want to reach as many people as possible around the world because, I'm really passionate about what I do. And I think it's selfish to not reach as many people. I just want people to know like this stuff is real. And yeah, I just want my clients to really achieve their money goals. And hey, if they do better than me, I'm here for it because at least, I help them get on the right track. So
Yeah.
that's
I think one of the things in business for all of us is
mm-hmm.
that we know how to go from A, B, and we're figuring out C. But a lot of people don't know how to go from A to B. And our job is to help them to get to B, even though we already beyond that section. So, and even if we can get them to B and they can see C clearer than we can see our C, then
Mm-hmm.
we can provide them those resources to reach those different levels. And I think that's one of the cool things about being in this financial space and educating people is that we can get them to that next level, even if they can't see it for themselves. So,
So true.
yeah, because one of the things that, some of these tips, what is, I'm gonna ask this question before we get to the final four questions, which is,
Mm-hmm.
what is the number one tip that you give people when they first come to you?
Sorry, I got something in my throat and now my eyes watering.
Okay, I can pause.
But anyways, the number one tip I give people when they first come to me is let's see. That is a good question. That you are more capable than what you think you are capable of. So a lot of people, my whole thing is, hey, let's pay off those student loans, right? Let's save and let's do it all simultaneously because you can. You don't just have to focus on, oh, I have to pay off all my student loans off in 10 years and I can't even dip into the stock market. Yes, you can. If it's just $10 a month, you can. It's not just for rich, wealthy people. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
that's a tip I give them.
Okay,
Be
I
more
like
capable.
that
Mm-hmm.
because get them mentally ready for the transition.
Exactly.
Realize. Okay, I like where you're going with this. Uh,
I'm so sorry.
no, it's
Something
okay.
like got in my throat and now my eyes watering.
All right, so you ready for the final four questions?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you sure? All right. So
So
the
funny.
very first question: what does wealth mean to you?
Wealth to me means having, okay, so there's like money wealth, there's family wealth, just having more assets than liabilities. That is what I believe wealth is. So your liabilities, it could be in monetary value, that could be okay, a bunch of debt. Like it could be like a lot of cars, a lot of just stuff that takes away your money. Assets is what generates money and monetary values. But in other circumstances, your assets could be depression.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sorry, liabilities could be depression, stress. So you should have stuff that brings happiness to you. If that is what your family does, spending time with your friends, hey, that's wealth. If wealth means, hey, investing in real estate and stocks, then that's wealth as well. So that's what it means to me.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm surprised you didn't say a person can be a liability, but we ain't gonna.
Oh, definitely. Hey, add on to my definition, please.
Oh, no, I won't go too far. It'd be a long show.
Oh God, yeah, it could be.
Yeah, we have a lot of liabilities. Like you said, your mindset could be a liability,
Yes.
because you're not taking the time out to invest in yourself.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
It's
you can
so
go on and
true.
on with liabilities.
Yes.
Number two, what was your worst money mistake?
My worst money mistake was just paying the minimum on my credit card every month when I was nine between the ages of 20 to 22. That was the worst because the interest, if that interest is 25%,
Okay.
like why would did my statement say I owed like $1,000 more than I originally spent? I was so upset and I didn't even know what interest was. So that was my worst money mistake. Yeah.
Do you this is this is a side question, but do you
Mhm.
actually blame anyone else because you did not know about financial strategies?
I don't. I don't. I believe, yeah, I because if I did blame other people, I believe that would put me in like the victim's mentality. And
Right.
I don't want to feel like I don't have power over my circumstances. So, no, I don't blame anybody else. That I'm actually glad that I wasn't spoon fed a bunch of information because I would probably be super like comfortable. I wouldn't want to reach for high. I wouldn't be as ambitious as I am. So,
Mm,
no, I don't blame anyone
I like that. I like that
else.
answer. It's a gold star answer.
Thank you.
Uh, Number three, what is your favorite financial or non-financial book?
Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That is my number one. I don't care what anybody says, but that changed my mindset, guys, because I cracked open that book. It was during Christmas break of 2020. And I was like, wait, what? This is what the rich people teach their kids? Like just make your money work for you instead of trading your time for money, because that's what the path I was headed for. He said, yeah, doctors, they make a bunch of money, but they're just trading their time, and are they happy at the end of the day? So I was like, oh my goodness. So it just opened a whole world of new opportunities in my mindset for me. So
I like that.
yeah.
Number four, what is your favorite dish to make?
My favorite dish to make. Okay, Tuscan chicken. Have you heard of that?
No, I have not. What is that?
It's bomb, guys. Every time it's better than Olive Garden or Carrabba's. So it's a really good, just Italian. You can pair it with noodles, rice, asparagus, but it's bomb. So you gotta look it up.
Yeah, might have to show me a picture of your Tuscan chicken, and then we can share it with everybody.
I will. I got you.
Thank you. All right, so we got the very last question, which is where could people find out more about you and your business?
Yes, everybody. So you can find out more about me and my business on my Instagram at Paige, Paige dot Victoria with two I's at the end. So I hope my page inspires you. And yeah, DM me, drop by and say hi.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Paige, for shedding your light uh, with my audience today. And definitely, you guys, make sure you check out her Instagram page. She is doing a lot of inspirational work there. She's showing out her workout routine, doing like 10 pounds on each hand.
I'm dead.
Yeah, did it.
Only 10? Only? Really? You didn't
Yeah,
show me like that.
So you go.
Okay, I got you.
But she's on amazing work. It's not about the fitness, it's about the regimen, it's about the routine she's trying to build in there. And that's what I want to encourage you all who are listening and actually being part of this journey and knowing all about that wallet. All right, everybody. Y'all take care. Be safe. I'm out.
Bye. Thank you.